news right now where we are following a stolen vehicle pursuit right now. It's a little hard to see right now, but this started in Arcadia. Now it's in the East Los Angeles area. If you take a close look at your screen right now, that is the truck that we're following. It is this gray pickup truck heading westbound right now. And what we don't know a lot of information. We do know that this all started as potentially a stolen vehicle, and they tried to pull this person over. This person did not pull over. Now we're taking a look right now. You can see it's what, 11:22 this afternoon. This driver driving pretty erratic, going in and out of lanes right now, going about 84 miles per hour, 83. And if they pull out a little bit, we could see if there's any other patrol vehicles out there, trying to get a better idea of who's actually following this vehicle. We know CHP was on this, LAPD, but according to the sheriff, it was a stolen vehicle out of Arcadia. It is CHP who took this over. We're trying to reach out to them to get more information. But what's interesting about this one, it doesn't seem like they're following too closely. And this driver slowing down, obviously, it's noon. It's a lot of people out and about for lunch, and there's traffic. So that's definitely going to make it much more difficult to go. But yeah, this person, not trying to pull over at this point. And we can't even tell if you look, yeah, the window is pretty dark. So you can't even tell if there's someone else inside this vehicle other than the driver. We do know I-10 westbound near Central Avenue, and traffic picking up. This car having a hard time because these other vehicles, they're trying to figure out what's going on. Let's go ahead and watch this together as we see what's going on. And yeah, so the truck going in and out. And our producer Blair is with me right now. Blair, do we know any information of if there's any other people inside this vehicle? Okay, we still don't know if there's any other passengers inside there or how long this pursuit has been going on for, how long it will continue to go out for. But apparently it started as a following, and it looks like CHP, for the most part, they're staying back quite a bit. Oftentimes when we see situations like this and we see these stolen vehicle pursuits, they stay back quite a ways, especially if there's any risk to danger to the public. And this car probably not liking what's going on. Traffic really slow. These cars, if there are, the sirens going on behind them, they're probably trying to figure out where they need to go. And Blair, the producer, is it CHP that's following this? Okay, it is CHP. Yeah, not a lot. I wonder if this person's trying to exit the freeway right now because, with these pursuits, they're oftentimes trying to get away. As for where this person plans to go, obviously we have no idea. But when it comes to situations like this, in the past, we've learned that these vehicles generally tend to go to areas that they live in or areas that they frequent, so they can get away easier. But this person definitely doesn't look like they're going to be trying to get off, but it looks like they're exiting right now. Yeah, there they go. Exiting the freeway, now at a standstill. Now it'll be interesting to see what happens with CHP and to see if this is just a following or if it's actually a pursuit. Okay, we'll watch them. They continue to go pretty fast through these side streets. So this is LA Street and 15th Street. But I mean, the fact that they're going this fast, blowing through these stop signs, not a good sign. 45, 50 miles per hour. Oh, just blew through that one right there. And this could definitely be a very dangerous situation, especially with the fact that this person is just going so fast. What's interesting is I don't even see any officers behind it. So it makes you wonder if this is just a following. Do you know, producer Blair, if this is a following? Because I don't see any black and whites behind them. Well, we do not know if that's changed. Obviously, not a lot of information. And we're listening to the scanners as well. We have our assignment desk who are keeping in contact with me to give me any information they have, because right now we don't have anything. All we know is this person is going pretty fast, no intention to stop, but it's one of those situations, one quick hit or one accident could make this worse. Again, if you're tuning in right now, we're watching breaking news of a stolen vehicle pursuit. According to the LA County Sheriff's Department, okay, This all started in Arcadia as a following, a stolen vehicle. This person looks like they're going in a back alley. Sometimes this could come to a dead end, but they're trying to get away. We'll see what happens right here. Sometimes they'll stop in an alley, jump out of the car, and just take off running. Nope, they're still going. Okay, there we go. There's one person inside the car. A passenger has their hood on. They took off. Now the driver takes off running, and they're going into this building right here. So this is in Pico Boulevard and Maple Avenue. But what's interesting is, like, it makes you wonder, you know, where the authorities are. Obviously, this was a following from much further away, and we'll have to wait and see. But this is a very busy part of town if you're familiar with this area. And just like that, no authorities, and you can't even see the suspects anymore or who it is. They could have escaped. Okay, we got Chuck Griffith on the phone right now. Chuck, hey, Chris Holmstrom here with KCAL News. Have you been watching this pursuit with us?
No, I just turned it on, actually.
You just turned it on.
They jumped.
Yeah, so we're at Pico Boulevard and Maple Avenue, and they've been, basically there's a stolen vehicle pursuit from Arcadia. There was, they were doing a following, and then they ended up at this location right here, but they just bailed out of their truck, and we don't see anyone behind them. So in a situation like this, explain the difference between like a following and a pursuit. I mean, the fact that they pulled over, usually you see, you know, black and whites storm up and go after them, but no one was there.
Yeah, the following is the helicopter will keep an eye on them, follow them till they stop, which they did in this case. They keep the black and whites away from them as to not, you know, make them go faster or take crazy maneuvers. But usually the black and whites are close in proximity, and they keep them advised. They're not driving with their lights and sirens going, so they have to deal with traffic just like anybody else. You know, that's the risk of it is this situation where they get in a position where they can't see where the suspects have fled to.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, this, if you're watching right now, this is in the downtown area near the fashion district. And this is an area where there's a lot of people working. There's a lot of vendors, a lot of people on the streets who are walking in and about. So obviously, you know, authorities want to make sure that they're safe before anything happens. But within the last 5 minutes, we saw 2 people bail outside of this vehicle. It's hard to understand where they went, but we want to let you know, if you're watching this right now, this is a stolen vehicle pursuit that we're continuing to follow. And if you're tuning in to breaking news, this is KCAL News right now. We are following a stolen vehicle pursuit. We're also on CBS Los Angeles, where there was a following that started in Arcadia for a stolen vehicle that ended up going all the way to downtown Los Angeles near the fire district. Amy Johnson joins me right now. We know that there was 2 people inside the vehicle. However, when it comes to authorities, once they bailed from the car, there was no one else around.
Well, and it's really tough because the authorities always try to hang back a little bit, because that's often what, you know, leads these suspects to slow down a little bit, because, you know, when they can see the police right there in their rearview mirrors, they're trying to get away, so they speed up.
Right.
So in an effort to keep people safe, a lot of times the law enforcement, no matter what agency, they will kind of step back a little bit and see if these folks will actually slow down. But in doing so, when they get out and they do a foot bail like this, then they're too far away to actually see exactly where those suspects go. Fortunately, they have helicopters up, which a lot of times will help them. But in a situation, in a location like this, Chris, it's really hard to figure out exactly where those people went.
It makes it tough. It's one of those situations that it's going to be part of the investigation, using fingertips and, you know, any kind of evidence they may find inside that vehicle. But it's been, what, 5-10 minutes so far, 5-7 minutes, and still we don't see any authorities in the area. So we'll have to see what happens from here. But, I mean, was that the person? I can't tell. They came out so fast, and that could be anybody running.
Exactly.
Especially in the fashion district.
Exactly. So it's hard to say. We do see that Sky Cal is keeping a close eye on that person. But, yeah, at this point, it's hard to say who those suspects were, where they went, and unfortunately, it looks like they may have gotten away.
Yeah, we'll continue watching this right now as they search for the suspects. But like you said, Amy, it's kind of hard when there's no one there. But, you know, one of the things we know is that they do monitor from above, so maybe they have an idea of where they went. But if you've been in that area, it's very congested.
Yes.
It's very dense, and there's a lot of people and a lot going on in that area.
And even if they recognize what clothes they were wearing when they got out, they could have gone into one of those buildings, changed out a jacket or a shirt, taken off a hat, added a hat, you know, did whatever they could to disguise what they were actually wearing. So certainly it's going to be hard to track these folks down.
It's going to be hard, but we'll continue to follow. Amy Johnson, thank you for coming out to help out, and we'll see you back at 9 or at noon.